Under the patronage of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, King of Bahrain, the Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowment, and the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs organized the closing ceremony of the 24th edition of the Bahrain Holy Quran Grand Prix in the presence of His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali Al Khalifa, Minister of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowment at Ahmed Al Fatih Islamic Center.
جائزة البحرين الكبرى للقرآن الكريم هي تحظى برعاية ودعم كبير من جلالة عاهل البلاد المفدى حفظه الله تعالى ورعاه، وهي جائزة متميزة في نوعها لأنها أخذت تتطور عبر السنين لتشمل جميع قطاعات المجتمع، من طلبة وزارة التربية والتعليم، ومن الإصلاح والتأهيل المساجين لجعل تحسين وضعهم بحفظ القرآن الكريم، أيضا لذوي الإعاقة الذهنية البسيطة، وأيضا رضوان مسابقة رضوان لجميع الناس. وهناك أيضا 6 مسابقات. المسابقة الجائزة الكبرى تحتها عدة مسابقات لتشمل جميع جوانب وقطاعات المجتمع، وهي تحظى برعاية كريمة من جلالة الملك حمد عيسى آل خليفة حفظه الله تعالى ورعاه. وأيضا جلالة الملك في البحرين يدعم جميع مشاريع وبرامج وأنشطة القرآن الكريم.
The royal patronage of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, King of Bahrain, for the past 24 years is a guide to His Majesty's leadership in serving the Book of God and spreading His teachings and values among the various groups of society. Before His Majesty to preserve the Quran and his campaign, in addition to the interest of His Majesty to print the Quran, and the role of Sheikh Abdullah bin Khalifa Al Khalifa as the first founder of the award.
تعتبر جائزة البحرين الكبرى للقرآن الكريم هي الجائزة الأولى في البحرين اللي تقام من 24 عام برعاية سامية من حضرة صاحب الجلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى الخليفة، وتعتبر هي الجائزة الأولى التي يتنافس فيها أصحاب المتعلمين في المراكز والحلقات القرآنية، وتعتبر هي أيضا النواة اللي تتخرج منها المتسابقين للمشاركة في المسابقات القرآنية الدولية اللي حققت فيها مملكة البحرين اليوم بفضل الله مراكز متقدمة أولى. احنا شاهدنا مملكة البحرين حققت المركز الأول في مسابقة الملك عبد العزيز وجائزة دبي وفي الأردن نساء أو رجالا.
The award has witnessed remarkable development in terms of its transformations with 7 competitions. Each competition includes a number of categories for males and females, pointing out that the competition recorded the highest participation rate since its inception, which indicates the high participation turnout.
شاركت في مسابقة البحرين الكبرى في الفرع الأول لحفظ القرآن الكريم كاملا، والحمد لله حصلت على المركز الأول، وأشكر القائمين على هذه المسابقة أن بذلوا من جهدهم وأوقاتهم، ومملكة البحرين ولله الحمد سباقة في الخير وفي مجال القرآن الكريم، ونسأل الله لها مزيد الفضل والرفعة، فبالقرآن الرفعة والشرف بإذن الله، وخاصة أننا في شهر رمضان فهذا إحياء للقرآن الكريم.
The total number of participants reached 3,370 consistents, 1,886 males and 1,484 females, distributed in various competitions award, where the number of participants in the Quran memorization competition for student center and workshops were 6 branches and 2,162 participants.
Under the patronage of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, King of the Kingdom of Bahrain, the concluding ceremony of the 24th edition of the Bahrain Holy Quran Grand Prix at Ahmed Al Fatih Islamic Center here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. I'm Salim Al Manna'i, Bahrain International Channel.
Bahrain Airport Company have hosted their annual Ramadan Ghabga at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. The event joined partners, corporates, and representatives of private sectors and public sectors. The event was held as an appreciation gesture for the continuous support given by the partnerships, as in working hand in hand to provide efficient and secure services for passengers at Bahrain International Airport.
Bahrain Airport Company is a caring company. We have been working now for quite some time on a very heavy project at the airport. And occasions like this are quite important to take time off the workplace and socialize with partners at the airport, stakeholders, as well as the staff. It has been a while now since we have been holding this event on an annual basis. We usually hold two gatherings, one for our partners at the airport, which is tonight, and inshallah on Thursday we are having another gathering for our staff. It's very important for staff to take time away from the workplace. The work is very hard these days. We have a very critical and national project in developing the new terminal, and any time off is quite valuable. So we've been very keen to develop these programs and initiatives, and we hope that they consolidate the relationship between the staff and management, as well as provide the staff with the opportunity to work closely with their colleagues and teams in the workplace.
Chief Executive Officer of Bahrain Airport Company, Mohammed Youssef Al Ben Falah, welcomed the guests including Minister of Transportation and Telecommunication Kamal Ahmed, senior officials for organizations in the private and public sectors, country and airport managers of airlines operating at Bahrain International Airport, and local and international media.
As you know, the new terminal building is a strategic project. It's a national project, and it's being implemented as part of the Bahrain Vision 2030. It will have a significant impact and contribution to the economy. It will elevate the services at the airport to be at par with international airports and hubs. And it has been in construction phase since 2016 now. We are reaching the last stage of construction, and we hope to be operational by the fourth quarter of this year.
Bahrain Airport Company is the authority responsible for operating and managing Bahrain International Airport as a world-class airport. As part of its operator role, Bahrain Airport Company is also responsible for elevating the airport's infrastructure and services. This is set to improve the kingdom's aviation capabilities and to cater for the growing number of passengers as well as the changing demands of the airport's stakeholders. Seven Bahraini artists were in the spotlight at the prestigious Venice Biennale. The show titled The Wait featured around 20 works of veteran artists: Hassan Hijeri, Ghada Khunji, Bahraini Danish, Maryam Al-Naimi, Nasser Al-Yusuf, and Hala Kekso.
The whole exhibition takes its name from this one print by the late artist Nasser Al-Yusuf. Nasser Al-Yusuf for me is one of the most important artists that have ever worked in Bahrain. When I think about the art history of Bahrain, it's his work that comes to mind. And when I was first invited to curate this show, I had to go back to his work. We see here in Venice now 15 very rare prints by Nasser Al-Yusuf. All of them were produced after the mid-90s when the artist began to lose his sight. So these are all linoleum cut prints that were made by touch by the artist. And they depict Bahrainis doing very traditional practices with the sea. Bahar, ala al-Bahar. You have the divers, you have people dancing, singing at the sea, you have people sending ships out to sea and receiving ships back. And I really wanted this whole exhibition to be about how Bahraini artists and how Bahrainis have a very changing relationship to the idea of the sea, to what life on the sea is, and also to the image of Bahrain as an island. So each of the works tell a very different story of our relationship to the sea. This work is a work by an architecture collective called Bahraini Danish. They have produced a work called Private View. And so they're talking about in this work the desire that people have to have privacy or this luxury of being alone with the sea. Right now, that's an absolute luxury in most countries around the world, including Bahrain, which is an island. And they've made this platform that only some people can access at different points. And it's the only space in the gallery, in the whole gallery space, where you can actually look out directly to the sea.
The exhibition is directed by Kanika Sabarwal, the founder of Art Select and Fairs and Program Director of Art Bob.
Behind me is an installation by Maryam and Naimi. It's one of the most exciting works, I think, in the show. It depicts, it's made of two parts. The first part is a series of sketches that Bahrainis that the artist met on a beach in Bahrain, in Damastan. She asked them to draw Bahrain. What does Bahrain look like? When we go to school as Bahrainis, we're always told we're an archipelago of 33 islands. But most of the time, these islands are moving and shifting. They're connected by causeways. The land reclamation means they're slowly joining the island. And we rarely get to step on all of these islands. So she's presented to us both the sketches, the imagination of regular Bahrainis that she met in the beach, and she's juxtaposed them with an installation of the 33 islands as taken by aerial photography in this very interesting video installation that's layered on polythene sheets.
Amal Khalaf, a curator and artist, and currently projects curator at the Serpentine Galleries London, and Tasneem Al-Sharougi, a founding member of the team that launched Art Bahrain across borders in 2015.
So one of the glues of the show is this project, a large multi-part project that's holding the show together through its soundtrack. It's by the artist Hassan Hajeri, who is a musician and artist and also an ethnomusicologist and a researcher. And he's been studying the life and work of a late Bahraini composer, Majid Marhoun, who wrote a whole composition, a whole opus of symphonies in the 70s through the 90s that hasn't been shared as widely as it should internationally. What we can hear in the space is actually the first recording ever of a composition by a Bahraini composer. It was Majid Marhoun's notes that were taken to Europe and eventually played by the Radio Sinfonia Orchestra in Berlin in 1979. It was recorded and sent back to Bahrain in LPs. And it was the first time many Bahrainis even knew that there was a Bahraini composer. And so that history is holding this space together. And the name of the composition is Haneen, which of course means longing. And it kind of talks about our kind of relationship to the island. Maybe it's our relationship to the past, or the relationship that we once had to the sea that might not exist anymore. All through the exhibition, Hassan is also doing live performances using traditional Bahraini instruments.
Kanika Sabarwal told the Tribune, "We are delighted to be participating in La Biennale de Venezia. The Venice Biennale has been for over 120 years, one of the most prestigious cultural institutions in the world. Established in 1895, the Biennale has an attendees today of over 500,000 visitors at the art exhibition."
First of all, I'm so blessed to be in Venice and representing the Kingdom of Bahrain. This piece was made and shown in Bahrain before. It's called Baba and Mammi. It's an homage to my mother and father's history. So what I did was, as you can tell here, I've collected abayat from the family, deconstructed them and put them together. And then the other one, as you can see, is the thobes that I've collected. So it shows a lot of male, female, light and darkness. And it brings the idea of the sails and our pearling industry that's very important to Bahrain, and the fusion of family together. And as you can see here, we have pearls on it to also represent Bahrain. And even though there's no boat, as a country, we always stand strong and together. So this is what this represents to me.
The Bahraini artist shall be exhibiting in the historic Arsenal, an art complex that was formerly a center for Venetian economic power. Dating back to 1150, the Paris exhibition will showcase over 100 works of Bahraini artists.